I want to welcome y'all back to another episode of Riding with DJ. And good morning. It is a cool 32 degrees down here in good old Georgia. And today, we're doing our first load with JB Hunt. We got to go down to Kathleen, Georgia and pick up a loaded container and go back to a rail yard in Atlanta this morning. And they don't have me planned for anything after that. So let's get this trip on the road. Look at my baby sitting over there. Don't worry, babe. I know I'm cheating on you, but you're gonna make me a lot of money when I'm ready for you. So anyway, let's get this day started. Oh man. Oh, typical freight shaker. They cleaned it up pretty decent in here. I already threw some of my stuff up in here. I got 3 days worth of clothes with me. I got 3 days worth of clothes with me. I don't know, according to some of the guys who I was in orientation with, who was rehired, being that I stay in Macon, they was like, man, you're gonna be coming home a lot, with some of the loads they had going toward Augusta, Savannah, down to Valdosta. So I just brought me 3 days worth of clothes with me. I mean, hell, I might even make it back home today. I don't know. I just brought the clothes with me. But, hey, I ain't did this in a long time. I think the last time I had a job like this was back in, probably 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. It's been over 10 years ago I had a regional job. But, hey, let's get this day started. Like I said, we're finna go down to Fredo and pick up this container and shit, we'll go from there. Got this baby warmed up, and it's time to get up out of here. And it's chilly this morning. I wasn't expecting it to be this damn cold this morning. And then I should have been actually gone this morning at 5. It's about 7:25. But when I woke up, all my clothes, or what I consider my work clothes, was in the dryer, and they wasn't finished drying. So I moved up my, what we call DRT time, up more. I moved it up more, moved it forward, so that they know I was going to get started later. Because unfortunately my clothes wasn't dry all the way. So it is what it is. We're gonna get up out of here, and I'm gonna catch y'all when we get to Fredo Lake. We got us a train this morning, good people. Headed my way. To the left over there is Robins Air Force Base, if you ever been down here in this area before. And I'm just cruising beside the train. I don't know that y'all hear about that train up there in Fairburn, right out Palmetto Highway, that derailed the other day. It's funny because me and my wife, we was coming through there. I think it was Saturday morning. We was up there in that area, and we was coming through there, and they had a lot of police lights and stuff out there. And we was like, "What's going on?" We got up there a little bit closer. A lot of containers laid over on the ground over there. Matter of fact, a lot of JB Hunt containers was laid on the ground up there. Fairburn is right below Atlanta, Palmetto, right there outside of it didn't happen right outside the CS6 rail yard. It probably happened like a mile and a half down from the CS6 rail yard up there in Fairburn and Palmetto. But matter of fact, it was like a quarter mile, a half a mile from the JB Hunt terminal up there. It's just funny that me and her happened to be in the area up there and seeing that, and me not being with JB Hunt too long. First thing I noticed was a lot of JB Hunt containers laid on the ground, and they had, I guess what they was doing was, they had a lot of JB Hunt chassis out there where the train had flipped over at, and I guess they was going to put those JB Hunt containers onto the JB Hunt chassis. Like I said, it was no about a half a mile down the road from the JB Hunt terminal, about a mile and a half from the CSX terminal. So it's just crazy. I want to know why I flipped, but we just ride inside this baby. I think we're like, I think we're about 10 miles. GPS got me 10 miles from Frito-Lay, so I'll catch y'all when I get there. Well, we finally caught the head of the train. Let's see, trucks. And we have arrived down here at Frito-Lay. I've been down here before one time. I'm not exactly why I came down here, but I know I have been out here before. I used to haul straight ahead, probably about, I'm guessing about 4 or 5 miles. It's a place called CMEX. And when I did pneumatic tankers, we used to go down there and haul a lot of concrete out of there. And I don't know maybe I brought some concrete over here to Frito-Lay one time, I'm not sure. But I know I have been down here for something. Let's see. Hopefully I can go ahead and get in and out of here. No overnight parking. Violators will be prosecuted. Let's see what we got going on up here. Got a JB Hunt. I'm guessing that's the owner operator maybe. Let's see. Where do I go to? Looks like a scale is right there. I'm so used to making food deliveries. Let's see. What is that? Print me. Oh, potato trucks. No smoking. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here goes the sign that says stop. Let's see what this sign say. Stop. Shipping and receiving, next left. Wait for traffic to clear before proceeding. Once traffic is cleared, proceed through gate to get further instructions. Do not stop in the driveway. Okay, so I got enough room to stop behind him up here, so I go ahead and pull up behind him. Dispatch office, shipping and receiving. Okay. So we'll go ahead and pull up here behind this dry van. Well, he's pulling forward. We'll pull over here behind this, inside this box truck, and walk in the office. I see another JB Hunt driver over there. So we'll pull right here and walk in the office and see what we got going on. Well, we have ran into our first problem here at JB Hunt. When I came down the road with the truck, they told me to bobtail home, and Frito-Lay don't let you bobtail in to get a loaded container unless you bring an empty in. And you know, they told us this in orientation, not specifically about Frito-Lay, but they were like, some shippers, some people do not let you take out a load without bringing a empty in. Of course, if I had known I was coming to Frito-Lay, I would have grabbed the empty off the yard up there in Atlanta, but you know, I didn't know I was coming over here. So when this happens, they send you, how it works, they tell you places where empties are at. You don't get paid for the first 2 driveways you go to. So let's just say I was going to Pepsi and Coca-Cola. I pull up to those 2 places and can't find an empty. I don't get paid for going over there. But once I get to the 3rd driveway, let's just say the 3rd driveway is a Target, that's when I start getting paid, you know. And I have heard that it's a headache, you know, trying to find an empty sometime. But if I had known I was coming to Frito-Lay when I left out of Atlanta, I would have grabbed the empty. You know, I know, you know, they just tell you, hey, just bobtail home. But from now on, if they just tell me to bobtail home, be like, no, I'm taking an empty with me. You know, it's really just learning pains when you start at a company like this. Cause they did talk about shippers not letting you bobtail in. So now it's really a waiting game to see how long it be before they send me a message back telling me where to go to. Then I got, depending on where the other customers are at, I got to drive over there and hopefully I can get it empty from those places. So it's a hurry up and wait game. So we're gonna see what they say. Just got off the phone with the guy probably been about 10 minutes ago, and he sent me 2 addresses to go to. And both of these places, like I say, this is free driving and time wasted right here. But he sent me back up here to Cole's Distribution Center, and the next location I would have to go to if an empty isn't here is Amazon Distribution Center. Probably like 10 minutes from here as well. But hopefully we can find an empty right here at this location. Associates and visitors, keep left. I used to work in this place a long time ago actually, but I haven't never been back here on the backside before. I think I used to work here back in 2006 or 7. I think I worked here for like 3 or 4 months, and then I start working at Georgia Power after that. But anywho, hopefully we can find it empty once we get up here. I think I pull forward a little bit more. Lane 1. Man, this could have been a lot worse. I thank God I was able to find one over here, because I have seen other videos and heard other drivers say that they have had to go 50, 60 miles away to find it empty. So it's definitely a blessing to be able to find it empty over here. Now, is this the outbound side? To make sure. It kind of looked weird to me, so alright, and just like that, we are out of here. Got another JB Hunt that is inbound. So like I said, they got a lot of little loads. One of the former drivers told me they got a lot of little loads. I don't know that sign right. A lot of places around the central Georgia area that they come to. So they said it shouldn't be that hard for me to be able to swing through the house during the week sometime, you know. And I do want to stretch my legs sometime, but also after about 2 or 3 days, it's time for me to come to the house, you know. So we'll see how this plays out for us, and I will catch y'all at Fredo Lake. We have made it back to Fredo Lake, dropped our empty, got our paperwork for our load that is going up to Missouri. Where is it going to? Topeka, Kansas, I meant. But luckily I don't have to take it up to Kansas, so it is what it is. But where is my loaded container? We are in D125. I think it's sitting right here to our right side. Yes. Here we go. Let's get hooked up. Alright, let's get up out of here. Oh man, can't see. Ain't nobody coming. Yeah, so we loaded up. And we're about to get up to Austell, Georgia. I hate I gotta go to that rail yard, because that rail yard is the furthest one away. But I guess you can say it's miles, you know. That is an NS, a Norfolk Southern rail yard. Let's see what we got. All right. But it's about a 2-hour drive up there. I probably come up here and take Highway 96 over to 75 instead of going back all the way through Macon, because they had a lot of construction going on in Macon. You know, they've been having that I-16 and 75 interchange road work going on probably now for 4 or 5 years. And when I was coming up here, they had a lot of DOT and state patrol out there in each direction, kind of, I guess you can say, traffic paces is what they call it. So I'm not gonna go that way. I just come up here and take 96 all the way back to 75 and then go straight for 75. But in the meantime, I'm gonna catch y'all when I get up to the Atlanta area, maybe when I get to the rail yard, and we'll go from there. Well, Atlanta traffic wasn't that bad today, but it is Sunday. And one thing I'm beginning to like about this rail yard versus the port is this place is never really it's never really hard to get in it compared to the port. I'm gonna pull up here and I'm gonna pull to the side because I want to make sure that my load information is in the NS app. But this is the rail yard in Austell, Georgia, right here. See to the kiosk, and as you can see, the gate is basically empty. I know these signs over here say "Do not stop, proceed to gate," but I see trucks do it all the time, so I guess I'm being like everybody else. But I want to check something on my app before I go in, so let's see what we got going on. Carol, it's been a shit show, and it really haven't been on my end this morning. Everything have been on JB Hunt end. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but when he go into the system, something going on with the system. It's slow or something, but it's not taking my information when I put it in. So he having to go in and put everything in manual for me. But that took about 15 minutes. We're gonna pull up here and get our phone scanned, and it's gonna give us our information. Okay, let's see. Please wait. Okay, we are in. And I think the app should update itself and let me know where I'm taking it to. And we're going to zone A7. Now, I don't know the rail yard that good yet, but I do got a map in front of me. Truck drivers. Yeah, sometime I wish the port in Savannah would be open 7 days a week, 24/7. All the containers coming out of there, I think it'll be real good for everyone. Alright, we're going to A7. Let's see. about 45 minutes of waiting for my dispatch to send me a load. I'm finally loaded and headed out of the gate. I'm headed down to a Walmart distribution center right outside of Mobile, Alabama. I didn't check the delivery date. I have enough time to deliver it today. I'm only like 5 hours away, and I got 6 hours and 42 minutes of drive time left, so I think that's right. At least I may have enough time to deliver it today. If I'm down there and I got over an hour left on my 14, I may deliver it today and then go find somewhere to park. Or I really don't know the truck stops in the area like that, so once I get up here and get out of Atlanta and get south on 85 somewhere near the Alabama line, I will stop and find me somewhere to park and do a little bit of trip planning. But the main thing for me right now is just getting the hell out of Atlanta right now. So we're about to keep on trucking. I don't know whether or not I picked up this container from B6, and I swear I was in B6 according to this piece of paper right here, but for some reason it wasn't in B6. Maybe I'm looking at the paper wrong, maybe they had it in the wrong place. I really don't know at this point. But all I know is I rode around for like 20, I'm gonna say about 10-15 minutes looking for the container, and finally I got it. But I'm a little slow when it comes to JB Hunt's system and stuff like that. It's taking me a little bit longer to do it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get easier like everything do in life. But either way, let's get up here and get outgated and get on down 85. Yeah, I just stopped right here at the Austell JB Hunt terminal. I'm about to go in here and get my bills of lading. I was gonna go to the yard over there in Palmetto, but once I get to rolling, I'm not gonna really want to stop like that nowhere. So just decided to come over into this yard. My next stop would be probably the Pilot down there in Noonan to get some fuel, and then after that I won't stop no more until I get down to right outside of Mobile somewhere. So I'm about to go in here and get these bills and we'll go from there. All right, we got the bills and we about to get up out of here. Man, it's a funny looking bill of lading though. I don't know, maybe since it looked funny like this. I know the lady was telling me in training, in some places we go, we really don't need a bill of lading, but maybe that's the reason it wasn't one inside of this container flap. Plus because this Walmart DC, we really don't need one yet, but I just wanted to check and make sure. I know I was looking at another JB Hunt driver before I got the job. And one thing he was saying was, make sure you keep a printer inside of your truck. It'll help you out a lot in the long run, you know. So I may end up investing in a little small printer to go in here to keep me from having to stop at different yards just to get a piece of paper. But oh man, everything looking good. Let's get on down here to Noonan, Georgia. Traffic is kind of backed up out there on I-85 right now. I-285 right now. So, okay. Damn, DJ. Yeah, it's kind of backed up. I need to go to the truck stop anyway in order to get me a phone mount, because I actually don't have a phone mount. Well, I got one, but I left it in my truck, the one y'all seen on the video earlier this morning. But anywho, let's get on down here to Noonan and get some fuel, get this thing filled up. The load only weighs 19,536. And like I said, we're going to Irving, Alabama down there. Pretty easy load. I don't know about truck stops because I ain't been over the road like this in a long time, or regional, whatever they want to call it. But we're gonna get on down here. I'm gonna catch y'all at the next fuel stop. Let's get on through Atlanta. Well, we just pulled up, or just got out the exit to a Love's right here, and I'm not sure the city. I think it's whatever it is, Evergreen, Alabama. That's where I'm at, Evergreen, Alabama. And I doubt it's some parking in here, but I'm just gonna come over here anyway and check. As a matter of fact, I think I do see some parking in the back. I'm gonna be a lucky man if I find somewhere to park over here this late at night. But I was just gonna stop here and run inside to get a salad. And but I do see some parking, so I am a lucky man tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cause I am tired, boss. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you no lie. I was just telling my wife a while ago, I said I don't think I'm a truck driver no more. I may drive trucks, but I can't hang with the big boys like I used to. Yeah, it's plenty of parking up in here. Oh man, there's plenty of parking in here. We're gonna park way back here in the back so I can try to get some of my steps in headed up to the front. So from now on, if I do this route, I know I can just come out here to Evergreen and find me a parking spot really easy. Oh man. Yeah, so finally parked for the night. I am about, I think I'm like 98 miles away from my drop in the morning. And then after I drop, I gotta pick up in Mobile and take it right back to the CSX yard in Fairburn. I think on the tablet it says I can pick it up at 11. It say from 11 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. So hopefully when I get there before, I know I'm going to be there before 11 o'clock, or at least I should be there before 11 o'clock. It should already be loaded. Hopefully it'll already be loaded. I think they say 95% of the stuff over here is dropping hooks. So hopefully it's loaded. If I know if I go into the tablet and it's a container number there already, then I know it's loaded already. So we'll get up, start our day at what? It'll be 6 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time, 5 o'clock Central Time when I'm over here in. So we'll get up at the end of our 10-hour break and head down the road. But it's been a pretty cool day. I mean, I can't complain. You know, it's gonna be some. You know, next video after I drop these two loads, I'll show y'all what I made for 2 days. You know, and I already kind of added up, and I think it's gonna be some pretty decent money. But I'm about to get freshened up a little bit and go back here and edit this video. Call my daughter, my wife, my kids, see how they doing.
I'm gonna see y'all in the morning. I appreciate y'all watching, cause I'm tired, boss. Peace.